Good morning. Ready to receive for clear coating. Today's the day. We should finish it up. Because tomorrow I'm going down south. Say goodbye to some fine folks. So I won't be doing the whole clear coating, sanding, because that stuff apparently needs to dry 24 hours. 24 hours is all I have now. So I'm gonna slap 2 layers on it and call it that. Should look pretty good. Oh, I don't know how it's going to look. I have no clue, but we'll find out. Okay, I didn't have the microphone on there. Well, I cleaned it with wax and grease remover, but here something happened. Got a bit of red spot on there, and then I used the sanding paper, but it's just making it a worse smudge, so I'm gonna let this dry up. And I don't know. Yeah, I can't spray paint this anymore. Clear needs to go on there. Using this white 320 sandpaper, yeah, that's gonna be a goddamn smudge on the tank. Alright, screw that. I can't have this. So I read up again, and I had this thing going on, and I wanted like half a day for everything to flash off properly before I put on clear coat. But from what I understand, as long as it flashes it off based on the time on the can, you should be good with putting on clear too. I think I have a bit of a too long process with in between times that isn't really necessary, but at the same time I'm not always very sure about it. Just trying to get a process right for a good job. But now I'm sticking too much to the process and I'll end up with a smudge like that. I don't want that. So get a little bit on there and I'll give it half an hour, and then I'll clear it. Barely any white left. Here we go. Oh yeah, that was such a spot. Nah, much better. So here's the result of yesterday's work. I was 20 minutes into falling asleep yesterday, and then I shot up out of bed and I realized, you know what, I'll better undo the tape if it's anything like. So here's the result of yesterday's work. I was 20 minutes into falling asleep yesterday, and then I shot up out of bed and I realized, you know what, I'll better undo the tape if it's anything like your regular house painting. You don't want anything to stick for too long and then you rip it off the next day. Not too bad. Just reminds me of Malta or Poland. But we'll see how all of it looks together. And I still want to incorporate some red on the fender. So this is happening. This is the Spray Max 2K Clear. 2 minutes shaking, pop, another 2 minutes of shaking. Let's get started. Well, that's 2 minutes. You take this thing here from the cap, put it on the back here, below. This has a bladder with the hardener. Let's do this. And shake for another 2 minutes. Right, one last wipe down with the tack cloth. Seriously, did I miss a spot here, or is this shadow? Unbelievable. Wow. Do you see that? So that's still lacking a proper coat. Unbelievable. How am I ever going to get this done? Well, that's going to take some more white paint, which I barely have, and then another hour to flash. Let's do it. Almost out. Glad that I saved a little bit. Now I see I never really came from this angle, did I? I thought I was doing alright whenever I hit this area. So I can't start painting until that tank is gone. But I'll prep the fairing. A bit weary about using wax and grease remover now, but still have to do it. Alright, I went over it with air because there's some red dustings on there. But some of it is still there. It needs to be gone before I go over it with wax and grease remover, otherwise you get the same situation as on the tank before. I didn't even come close with red over there. Probably came off the floor. I don't know if I dare to go over the whole thing. I'll just do the areas where there was tape. And you gotta be careful because that's the edge. So there you go, there's a whole red dusting there on the inside. Great. That means I'm gonna probably have to scavenge all the free empty cans to cover this up. We're having fun here. Could this be the moment? Could this be the last time that I tack this before putting on clear? No more surprises. I don't have any more white. I barely have time. Please be ready, fuel tank. I want to finish this bike. I want to get Alp done. I really do. We'll get there. Going over the tank with that black rag with wax degreaser, that was stupid. Because that left a lot of traces of little black cloths. That's why I switched to this one. That's not a smart thing to do on the final coat of pristine white before you want to clear. What's happening? Let's get some clear on here. The future has arrived. Nice wide span. Here we go. Alright, manufacturers take cue from these guys because this is amazing spray nozzle. Very easy, very light touch, great spread. Yeah, that sprayed on quite impressively. That spray nozzle is up there with the VHT one. And we're back. This stuff certainly lingers. Yeah, so I wouldn't have black fibers all over the goddamn thing. Yeah, I don't care anymore. Yeah, so be it. Just want to move forward. Great fan. Easy to press nozzle. So that's 2 good layers. Use just over half the can. That's going to be enough, I think. So also want to put some red on the fender. Can't do this with these gloves on. Alright, so the best spray nozzles of the project award goes to VHT and Spray Max with godlike nozzles. Fantastic. Green panels have been degreased here, just flashing off. And thus I go back and forth like this all day, every day. Now before I clear the green panels, sand them down a bit because it's been a couple of days since they were done. Get a bit more grip. Woo! That is so smooth. I like that. That feels awesome. Almost out. You know, it's funny, and then when you start to make an episode and you put everything together, it looks like it was done in no time. It doesn't take long at all. Well, it's not hard, but you just need time commitment. Alright, one little more splash of red, and this will be good. Alright, I did it. I changed my mind. That's why I got this can, just in case. But we're shifting from leafy green to satin pistachio green, because that green just falls completely flat with the white, and the white is really white. I don't know how to explain it, but that's some really white we have on the Fairings and the tank. And this color just fits a lot better. This was the first can I actually grabbed at the shop, and then I switched to that one. So I figured, nah, this one's too light. But then everything kind of changed, and that color just doesn't suffice. It's nothing. It's not really, it's flat. Or, like Karen calls it, incipient. So I said, what's that? Sad. Yeah, it's a bit flat. Now we're turning back. Well, at least the panel's green already. It certainly is easier to paint stuff green when it's already a green. Alright, already this green is looking a lot better, livelier. Should have been the choice I went with off the bat, but here we are. Well, taking the plastic off now. I want to avoid getting residue. Not winning. As you can see here, managed to get spray on the side. Not that it's that bad, because that's what a fork legs are going to be anyway. I'm going to try and touch it up with the narrow nozzle. Haven't tried that one yet. Oh, that's a runner. You saw it live. This is what I should have been holding, not the camera. Back to the seat while I wait for the second and final coat of the green and the first coat fender. Almost done, and then we can staple the new leather cover on here. Remember this? So I was considering sending it back, because then I went green, and that's why I also went for the red highlight, because I think the seat might compensate for it. That makes the contrast work. But at the moment with the color, call me crazy, but I think the white's too white. But you see, big red piece again. The front, rear, part of the fender. Going to prepare some more staples here. To get us close to the edge. Look at that. Staples. Patching up some thin spots. It feels smooth, feels good, consistent. Make sure I get those red flakes off. Still saw a couple. Alright. Let's get on this. So we're going to hook it up in the front real tight. At least that's the plan, and then move back. Alright, just finding that good spot for the first one is the hardest. Also because you have the edge here of the leather sewn together. I know exactly exactly where that's supposed to sit, ideally. I'm getting pretty close. I can live with that now. Hard. Sweet. Went around the corner here. I'm really fighting the leather. It all has to be nice and straight. Removing this one to pull the hide tighter. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be the final coat of clear. Still have a little left over. I reckon the side of the tank could use a little bit more, but 2 coats should be fine. So let's get out paint it. That's it. Painting. Done. Awesome. Let's get back to that seat. I don't know why, but at the moment, this evening, this is my jam. We built this city, working for America, driving through these schools. This is what we got so far. Back it's good, but now it's loose in the front. Need to loosen these staples up and pull this in. Getting there. Shouldn't have undid the front. That was perfect. Now less than perfect, but such is life. Oh, am I out? Yeah. Need to grind some new ones. These are a bit shorter. Jeez. Almost twice as short. Behold, ladies and gentlemen. Bit loose here at the front, but hey, look at this. Isn't this an improvement over the last one? Don't think it's very good quality though, but we'll see how it lasts over time. This is awesome. Look at all those beautiful shiny bits. And I ran a bit out of space, so I found a different place for the mud guard. Hey, I think this is it. I think this is most of it done. And tomorrow I'm going to put everything back on the bike and I'm going to go down a Tui down south where it all started. And I'm going to come back up again. This is mostly of a done, man. Bloody amazing. And we're burning the midnight oil again. Wow. Another big day. Thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what you think about the color change. I know it's all a bit funky, but it's painted. I got a seat, I got a fuel pump, electric. It's all in there. Anyway, I'm off to bed, guys, and like and subscribe if you haven't already. If you enjoy this, if you like what we've been doing, me and Alp, and you haven't subscribed yet, drop one and follow us, doing a lot more other things. Wow, this is awesome. All right, good night or good morning or good afternoon, but I'll see you guys tomorrow.